I'm just gonna get straight to the point because the last video I ranted more than I should have, and it wasn't really a video that I should have posted, but I felt like it, and I was kind of tired of listening to people cry and whine about milsim features being added to Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is going to turn into a milsim shooter, which again, it never has and it never will. That's kind of the whole point of that video, but we're just going to get straight to the point. So I have some things, a couple of them, like 2 posts are from a couple weeks ago, and the rest of them are fairly recent. And then I have a Reddit article discussing Modern Warfare 4's campaign was leaked. Kind of. I couldn't find, I originally saw it on Twitter, but I can't find the user that posted it, and I can't even find the actual post. So I'm going off of a Reddit post that's still up. So most of these tweets are from the Ghost of Hope on Twitter. I'll leave his link down in the description. He got, from my knowledge, I think he got a lot right from leaking previous games, but we're just going to go right ahead. And also for some COD news, Season 3 got delayed until April 3rd. So take that as you will. I'm hoping Season 3 catches my attention because also apparently Verdansk is coming back. I can't remember if they officially confirmed that it's coming with Season 3. They might have. I just probably ignored it because I haven't been paying attention to Black Ops 6 because again, I just don't care about the game, and I only hopped on recently to get some footage for the last video. But that being said, there are Modern Warfare 2019 weapons apparently coming with Season 3. That being the AMAX CR56, you guys saw that. I used some footage of that in the last video, which is the Galil Ace platform. I believe there's a couple different chambered versions of this rifle. I believe there's a 308 version, there's a 556 version, there's a 7.62x39 version. So that's cool, but we'll get onto the reason why I'm a little skeptical. Next up is the Kilo 141. Which again was in Modern Warfare 2019. You guys, I have a video on the channel of me using that, so if you want to see how it looks like and performs, you can go watch that video. I'll leave a link down in the description or an info card. And then next up we have the Grau 556, which is a bit odd considering it's technically already in Black Ops 6 with the SWAT 556, which that gun, by the way, can't go in burst mode in real life, so I don't know why the devs decided to do that. I know no one cares, but for someone who loves firearms and doesn't understand why they can't keep the game's era consistently, yeah. And then lastly, a weapon that I think they could squeeze in to the game's time frame is the HDR. Now, the HDR in Modern Warfare 2019 is an anti-material rifle. It's not based off of any real-life firearm. It's a Mod Podge of different rifles that IW did to put into Modern Warfare 2019. And it's kind of Hadir's signature rifle if you guys played Modern Warfare 2019's campaign. And again, it's one of my favorite sniper rifles in 2019. I love the sniper rifle to death. And back in the OG Warzone, the best Warzone, it had no bullet drop. It wasn't like the AX-50 where you could use mil dots and then you'd have to range your scope at long distance. You could just straight up point the reticle at the forehead of the enemy and kill them. Like the HDR was insane in OG? Oh my god, in OG Warzone. So that's something that could probably fit into the timeline of Black Ops 6, which is the first Gulf War, 1991. They could say something along the lines of, oh, it was in prototype stages in the early 80s, became production in the late 80s, and then by the time the Gulf War hit around, it was in service. So that kind of makes sense because the gun's already a make-believe gun to begin with, and because the storylines through the Modern Warfare universe and the Zombies universe and the Black Ops universe are all connected, which I fucking hate that they did that, it would make sense for them to say that. The other three doesn't make sense because all three, the Grau, the Kilo, and the AMAX are all based off of real-life firearms that came out in the late 2000s. I even believe the gun the Kilo is based off of came out in 2016 or 2019. So, yeah, which doesn't really make sense for Treyarch anyways because most of their guns in Black Ops 6 are late 2000s anyways. There's a bunch of YouTube channels that you can look up for more information on that, and they pick apart every little detail in Black Ops 6. Even other COD titles as well. But that being said, I'm done beating that dead horse. So we're going to move on to something that correlates. These are kind of a twofer. But the big news is exclusive details from 4 Modern Warfare 4 2026 releases, 2026 COD. It's no longer going to support old gen, so that means PS4 and Xbox One. It's going to have a traditional UI like the older games, even more traditional than the Black Ops 6 UI. So maybe picture OG Modern Warfare 2, OG COD 4, Black Ops 1, OG Modern Warfare 3, those type of games. If they do that, that's really sick. Next up, the engine is being overhauled to address Modern Warfare 2's problems like visual clutter. I'm assuming he means like the visual clutter with the HUD and the UI elements. That's something that I don't know how IW didn't even bother to game test and say, hey, that looks a bit weird, maybe we should fix that. I kind of feel like they just kind of shoved shit down a hole and saw what fit. Next up, apparently this game is being developed on the next generation Xbox using dev kits. And I'm not even entirely sure if Microsoft and Xbox have gone out and confirmed there will be another Xbox, because I kind of feel like the Series X and the PS5 can do a lot already. And I think developers just need to develop games a little bit more for the Series X and the PS5, because some games, I'm gonna go off on a little tangent. There's a game called Avowed that just came out, and the game doesn't really look graphically intensive, but for some reason you still have a quality or performance mode. I really hate these games on Series X and PS5 where they do quality and performance mode. These consoles are powerful enough to run the game at 4K max at 60 frames. I don't know why game devs are doing that. These consoles are insane. They can run games at 4K max settings and still get 60 frames. I don't know why game devs do that. So, but that being said, apparently there's a new Xbox coming out. I would assume, if I were to guess, is what I should have said. If I were to guess, this new Xbox might be a launch console with the new Call of Duty game, that, or it might come out during Christmas of 2026. So we'll probably hear something by the end of this year about a new Xbox, and then they'll probably announce a release date of maybe October, because we've kind of noticed that not only do IW games usually release the October-November range, but Call of Duty in general releases that kind of time period. So we'll see if this is a launch title for the next Xbox, or it'll come out sometime in December. And then lastly, he goes on to say there will not be a Warzone 3 if Verdansk for Season 3 of Black Ops 6 fails to return the current player base and or returning players. And either way, I'm fine. Warzone just needs to die. Like, it straight up just needs to die. But that being said, at the same time, if Warzone dies and they quit supporting the game and they get rid of Warzone, what are they going to do next? Are they going to continue Battle Royale and just call it COD Royale or something? I know that's kind of a stupid name that just came off the top of my head. Are they going to call it COD Royale and then it's just a free-to-play version not attached to the main games? Or if they're going to try some type of thing like I mentioned in the video that I complained a lot in, do something like COD Online. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. And then lastly, when it comes to the Ghost of Hope, this is just his opinion on something. He says, if IW can give us something like this for Modern Warfare 4's UI, I will be a very, very happy guy. And he's just showing the Modern Warfare Remastered UI. Again, I'll put this on screen for you guys can see. But, yeah, I'm fine with that. If it can look like the original Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, Modern Warfare Remastered, the World at War, I'm even fine with a World at War type of UI. If they can keep it like that, I'm perfectly fine. It makes sense. It's simplistic. It's not overly annoying to go through the menus. Hopefully it won't be a laggy piece of shit like the Modern Warfare 2 menus is, because Jesus Christ. And then lastly for today's video, we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare 4 campaign details. So we're just going to jump straight into it. straight into it. We're going to jump straight into it. I've been talking a lot, so I do apologize if I slur my words. Sometimes I think I'm probably dyslexic. But yeah, let's just hop into it, and I'll give my wisdom, we'll call it, as we go along. So it starts off with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4's campaign will follow a structure similar to the original Modern Warfare trilogy, with Modern Warfare 2019 following a split narrative between Task Force 141 and accompanied by SAS, and the Demon Dogs accompanied by the USMC. Now, I can't remember if the Demon Dogs were the United States Marine Corps or they were a Special Forces detachment of the Marine Corps. If I remember correctly, in Modern Warfare 2019, the Demon Dogs were the United States Marine Corps. So that already right there, I'm a little conflicted about. Unless somewhere in the Modern Warfare story between 2019 and Modern Warfare 3 timeline of this new reboot, I don't count that. That's in my head, that's retconned because Modern Warfare 3 is a piece of shit. The story, everything about that game is a piece of shit. And they killed my boy Soap in the dumbest way possible and too fast for my liking. But anyways, we continue with the main antagonist will be Makarov's Inner Circle. So. If I can remember, Kony Group, I believe is what his name was, along with the Russian Federation, also known as the Soviet Union. There's also some sort of side plot involving South Korea, but unsure what exactly that will entail. My guess would be, if I were to go off of past experiences with the Modern Warfare franchise and the universe, my guess is, quotes, the Russian Federation and Makarov's Inner Circle, or the ultra-nationalists, are trying to do something with North Korea and China, trying to invade South Korea and, get the influence from communism and shit. So that's my guess of what that could be. And then maybe Task Force 141 is sent in to try and prevent the North Koreans and China and Russians and all that invading the Republic of South Korea. So that's my guess. Each POV will be quite different, with Task Force 141 being more akin to the rebooted series with a focus on stealth infiltration and high-action hero-esque segments, while Demon Dogs will be more akin to the American missions in the original trilogy, with a focus on immersive urban firefights and CQB room clearing segments. This is something I said in Modern Warfare 2019. Clean House, the mission Clean House, is single-handedly the best Call of Duty mission ever. It is so amazing. Like, it's immersive, it's intense, it's claustrophobic, it's what our real day-to-day war fighters go through. I'm just gonna say a daily basis. It's what they do a lot, especially tier 1 operators and stuff. But that mission was just insane, and I want more missions like that. And I made a video a long time ago. It's not on this channel. It's on my main channel. But I was talking about how I think IW needs to make a separate spin-off game mode for whatever Modern Warfare title, where it's just room clearing. It's straight up just room clearing, exactly like Clean House. It's a procedural generated kill house, and you just clean through it. Maybe even make it PvP or PvE, both. I don't know. It just needs to happen. For his characters, the Demon Dogs POV is seemingly just Griggs and a new character. If we're going by Modern Warfare 2019, I'm just going to go ahead and say and assume that the new character, it says characters, but one of the new characters I'm going to assume is probably Alex. Because he did go on, I believe in Modern Warfare 2018's campaign, there was 2 or 3 missions where Alex was fighting with Demon Dogs. So, I'm just going to say that's one of the new characters. And I don't know if there's going to be a new character from previous Modern Warfare titles that could be in the game. I'd love to see... I know Roach is dead, but I want to see Roach in the new series. Give him a face, give him a voice, give him an actor, like, you know, what they did with brand new actors for Price and all that. I want to see Roach return. With 141, it's the same obvious members. Yes, Soap is in fact still dead. Again, that's something that I fucking hate. That's why I retcon Modern Warfare 3 in my mind. Because we didn't get enough time with Soap. On top of that, they killed him in the dumbest fucking way possible. And yeah. That being said, it goes on to say, Price being wanted for Shepard's murder doesn't seem to be too much of a major in the plot. I said that wrong. Doesn't seem to be too major of a plot point. So there just probably, I don't know. That just makes me feel like maybe IW didn't like what Sledgehammer Games did with Shepard's murder, so they just aren't even going to mention it. If this is all true, again, take this all with a grain of salt. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say here, but we're just going to continue. Last story, is the game will be attempting to go for Modern Warfare 2019 strategy of containing many shock value moments in a much more darker tone. There will be less of an emphasis on 141 being heroes and more so just above average soldiers that are revered as being the best of the best and will be willing to do anything to accomplish the mission, with morals taking more of a backseat against what gets results. That's kind of like what they did with Modern Warfare 2019. That's why I think Modern Warfare 2019, I think a lot of us would agree that campaign is one of the best COD campaigns, if not the best COD campaign ever. What Jacob Minkoff and Taylor Kurosaki did with that story and the whole of Modern Warfare 2019 was just fucking insane. And I wish they would come back to IW, and if they were in the helm at IW, I don't think Modern Warfare 3 would have happened. At least the campaign. I don't think the game would have had a campaign. I think it would have just had a multiplayer, and it would have, yeah. But again, I'm beating the dead horse. Goes on to say, as previously leaked, there is some sort of New York City mission, although rather than it being an invasion like the original Modern Warfare 3, it seems it is a terrorist attack by Makarov, being a false flag attack posing as Russians. It also seems this mission is a flashback taking place shortly after Modern Warfare 3. I would assume what this is going to be is they're going to show us no Russian, because in Modern Warfare 3's campaign, we got sort of a no Russian mission, and you were kind of just sitting in a plane as a civilian, and Makarov put a bomb to you. And they took over the plane, they hijacked the plane. But this one, if it's set in New York City, I believe, isn't it JFK that's closest to New York City? So this might be no Russian. Just on the flip side, they're posing as Russians, murdering American citizens, and then America is like, yo, that's not cool, and then they invade Russia. So I feel like that's what that is. And then lastly, it says, quick comments on the setting. Modern Warfare 4 is taking a bit of a new, near-futuristic approach similar to Black Ops 2 and Ghost. The game will attempt to be remained grounded while also taking creative liberties with the technology of the world living in the aftermath of Black Ops 2's second Cold War. The game is scheduled to release in 2026 under IW as the lead developer. The studios undergo quite a few changes in leadership since 2022's Modern Warfare 2. Now, just going off of that comment, it says, while also taking creative liberties with the technology of a world living in the aftermath of Black Ops 2's second Cold War. This is the reason why I hate the connection of multiple universes, Black Ops and Modern Warfare. I hate that they connected them, because you can't have your separate things in COD anymore. Back then, we used to have our second things. We used to have the people who loved the Black Ops series, and then we had the people that loved the Modern Warfare series. There was two different groups in the COD community. One loved the Black Ops universe, one loved the Modern Warfare universe. One was grounded in realism, one was just LSD trips. That's just a short little one-word type of description. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't like futuristic games. I really don't. Especially if it's a franchise that is grown and loved by the Modern Warfare IW fanboys like myself, where it stayed grounded. It stayed like what's happening in real life. There's that connection there. And yes, I know technology nowadays is insane, but I'm curious to see what it's like if this is true, but I'm also very worried because there was other leaks saying that this game was going to have Omni movement, but you could also wall run, but it was also a boots on the ground game with no exosuits. How the fuck are you gonna wall run with like 90 to 100 pounds of gear on you? With your plate carrier, your magazines, your rifle, your pistol, your whatever. You guys understand that. If you got a brain and you use critical thinking, how the fuck does that make any sense? If it was an exosuit game, then sure, yeah, whatever. That's pretty much all about Modern Warfare 4 news and a little bit of Black Ops 6. I sat here for an extra kind of like 15 minutes just soaking in that story. And I read some of the comments. Some people were saying this isn't Modern Warfare. This is this is kind of a storyline for the next game for this year. That's apparently Black Ops 7, which is a sequel to Black Ops 2. Yeah, again, I don't know. Like if we think everything is true with all these leaks and this year's game is going to be a Black Ops 7, and it's a sequel to Black Ops 2, how does this game even fit if all of this is true? I don't know. I just really think it was a massive mistake when Call of Duty started connecting the Black Ops universe and the Modern Warfare universe. I really do think it's a mistake. Some of you might agree, some of you might not, but let me know what you think about the story. I do apologize for my dyslexia because apparently I have it and I can't fucking read or talk. So, yeah, without further ado, like and subscribe, ding dong notification bell so you guys know when I upload next. And, if you're still here after the rant video, thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Hardpoint secure. Friendly counter UAV active. We've taken the lead.